Hey YouTubers, I was just getting ready to do something here at the bench and I grabbed my little ball peen hammer. Believe it or not, I probably use this little tiny one more than anything just to tap on stuff or line stuff up. And when I grabbed hold of it, I noticed the handle, or the head's a little bit loose on the handle. And if you look, there is no little pin or anything in there to hold the head on tight. So it's just a pretty good fit, but it's gotten a little loose. And I've heard people say soak the head of an axe or whatever in a bucket of water and it'll swell the wood up and the head will be tight. Don't do that. What that does is the wood swells up, and it swells up so much that it actually crushes wood fibers in there, and then when it dries out again, now your head's even looser than it was to start with. Fit your head to the piece of wood properly. If you want to see how to do that, someone that has a lot of good videos, good quality, real good videos to watch, Wrangle Star. I'll try to remember to put a link to his channel on here. You probably already are subscribed to him. One of the things that I like to do, let me get a wooden mallet, because I don't like banging my handles on anything to drive the heads on tighter. Let me get that, and then I'll get back with you and show you what I'm planning. Okay, this might be a little overkill for the job, but I wanted to show John Null Zero, J Null Zero, that I do still have your mallet and it still is being used. There it is. A little overkill, but it worked. The head's on there tight, but there's nothing to keep the head from coming back loose when you start hammering. That's where this little 16 penny nail comes in. Okay, 16 penny nail isn't a little nail. It's pretty big, and it's kind of hot at the moment. Okay. I ground the end off flat and then put a little chamfer around the edge. Now I'm over here on my vise, and I'm going to pound into a wedge. Because you're wedging it, when you hit it, it wants to shoot out from under the hammer. But that's a little crooked. There. Now see what we've got. We've got it flared out and it's kind of wedge shaped. Let me hit it some more. There we go. Now you can see it's a pretty good wedge shape and it's flared out, but it's flared out too wide, so I'm going to take it to my grinder. Here we are at the grinder. I'm going to hold the edge of the nail parallel with the grinding stone. I've got a little water over here to cool it off. Now what we have kind of looks like a tiny screwdriver. Let's take it over to my belt sander. Okay, I brought my little pan of water to keep it cool. And what I want to do is place it on there and just kind of clean up both sides of it. I can feel when it's down flat on that sanding belt. Ooh, got a little hot. Now let's check and make sure that's not too wide to fit in the hammer. Now you can see that it's narrow enough to fit in between the steel. Real close fit. Sharp on the end. One more step. I've got one of my little triangle files. Let me get you down here where I'm working. Cutting straight in at first. Then I'm going to lean the file over so it cuts a bevel away from that little notch. That little notch will hopefully help hold this in the wood. I'm going to do it on the other side too. That makes like a little shelf on both sides to keep it from pulling back out of the wood. Now we've got an easy way to drive that down in there. I hate seeing hammer heads with nails sticking out of them. It looks so unprofessional and half-assed. Notice I've got my hammer on his rubber mat. Now the deal about doing it like this, now I got it in there as tight as I want it. I can cut that off, sand this top down, and make a nice professional looking wedge, and that's going to stay tight. It's wedged that wood. You want to wedge your wood this way, not this way, because that will could break your hammer. It could break this cast part. You want it to spread out this way, and that's the way the hole is drilled through your hammerhead. It's flared on the top and the bottom, and it's tighter in the middle. That way when you flare this out, now it's not coming back out. So I think I've got that pretty good. Let me take it over to the bandsaw and cut it off. Since this is a real old hammer and it looks like at one time it had gotten all rusty and pitted, I picked it up at a garage sale a while back, last August, when we went to that Route 127 sales. I didn't want to grind the top and get this all ground nice and shiny. It just ruins the patina. So I cut it off, and then I drove that nail in the rest of the way that was still sticking out till it's flush. No wiggle at all now, and I doubt if it's going to come loose in a long time. That's the way I fix these little hammers. Thanks for watching.